Yes, welcome my viewers and subscribers to another week of MELLACHE TV Analysis Thursdays. Yes, my viewers, we have some excited news, domino news ahead of us. Yes, and we're going to tell you who made the top 8 from who can make the top 8. And also in the Sansan League, we're going to interview the team of the week and also the player of the week. Yes, my viewers, we have on panel C4, Andre Haywood, aka C4. Welcome, Andre Haywood.
Blessings, and greetings to the Domino world.
Yes, and also we have on set Mr. Floyd Wright, aka Professor himself. Welcome, Professor.
Yeah, man, welcome.
Yes, my viewers. Professor, you think anybody get the 8 correct? This week was an easy week, don't it? You think anybody get it? The 8?
No, man, nobody. I doubt it.
There was an upset? There was an upset?
I think, well, probably, because a few persons...
Yeah, Fourth International losing to Mechanical, that was a lot of bit.
And the Cherry Garden thing, though. Well, yeah.
Complicated the Cherry Gardens and Foundation.
Yeah. But you can check because I doubt it though.
Okay. What Cherry Garden was expected to win this match against Foundation, right?
No, it was a split. It was a split decision, but the fact that Fourth International lost, which was probably most people picked to beat Mechanical.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that kind of complicates things.
Hey, it's a lot of things. But toward and Britain probably burst. That is probably where everybody lose. Most of
yes. Britain losing to Right Stuff.
Right
Stuff. That too much right now. I think nobody would have so strong enough to get them all of them right.
But the only thing I'm gonna say, if something come with them strong. I did mention though, I said Right Stuff usually come with them as when the bigger the teams, them usually support.
So but this is what we're going to week 1. We're going to week 17 now for the league.
Yes.
Week 17, we're going to week 17, the final week for preliminary rounds, right?
Yes,
and
man.
Only one time center forward, only one time a person got it correct. And it's Everett. Nobody else could
so
predict it. So far.
As predicted. Outside, because it as analysts we got it 2 times correct.
All eight, Professor?
Yeah, man, 2 times. But we get a lot of 6s.
Okay. Yes, Big up Barry, big up Royal Taylor, big up yourself. And Frederick Mesado, welcome. Michael Scott, how are you, sir? Big up yourself. Yes, my viewers, let's go right into it. Right Stuff, 250, and Britain 225. This was everybody bet, don't it, Professor? This match must everybody.
Most persons, there are 4 persons who are carrying Right Stuff to win. I was a bit skeptical based on the fact that I don't know what Britain might bring to the fore in terms of having their full strength. However, I did say Right Stuff would have come with their A game when they play against the teams that are far superior. And they usually do this over the years. It's like something genetic regarding that club and how they play against the team, the more high-profile teams. So it wasn't a bit of a surprise, but they weren't playing well throughout, especially in the latter stages, the last 5 or so games. So my predictions were based on that. But in the end, not much of an upset because both teams are in the top 5. it was based on how they are adjusting for the positioning, and a lot of persons might have betted on Brighton to take this victory, and the margin of victory was huge also, because based on how Rice of was playing, if they are going to eke out a victory, it would have been much closer. So as far as I see, this is an upset for most persons, and also yours truly. This
Okay.
is a
Question
upset
about,
based on the
because
prediction.
in the first half, I realized World Boss wasn't there. Did he turn up in the second half? Did he play it in the second half?
I hear that he was there eventually, but as a result of the passing of one of their persons from D side, yes, they were at the setup and so forth. So, and I think there was a funeral service or so forth. So most persons attended or did shows um their condolences in the matter of attending. So there were a lot of persons, the core of the team or the persons who they rely on mostly weren't there in the initial stages. So Rice of did seize the initiative of uh, Britain not feeling a full strength team.
Okay. But what up? But this, I heard most of their players were at the funeral, but didn't they turn up at halftime? What time Right Stuff was leading by? How much Right Stuff was leading by at halftime?
I think it was in the 20s, if my mind serves right.
That's correct. C4.
I think it was 17 at halftime.
Oh yeah,
That's
17 I think, yeah. 17, to be exact.
okay. So they did Benton and World Boss and all those guys. Did them turn up at second half? C4.
Well, I am not sure about this because I had a match to attend to, so yeah. But I was watching a part of the live, and I think Mr. Royal Boss in the second half.
Okay. Because a lot of persons are saying it's because Britain wasn't at their full strength while Right Stuff won and all those stuff. So I was just really checking. All right. Yes, Professor.
It doesn't matter now. They are feeling a team. Teams are in the competition to participate and being competitive. So it doesn't matter the team you are playing, whether at full strength or of lesser strength. You should still compete. And if weren't at full strength and did even were leaving Brighton were leading Rice off at by 17, they would say Rice off wouldn't be playing well because Brighton is not at full strength and they are leading by that margin. So you just play what you have in front of you. It doesn't matter because Rice off had a few players that were missing too. So we could all say vote for Rice off not having full strength.
Okay. Yes, and I think Frederick agree with you. Domino the game name, so it's not who you have, it's how you play on the day.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Before moving on though, let's look at the standings. We have Classic with maximum points in first place with 64 points. And then Brighton in second place on 53 points. And Lynx on third place on 53 points also. Brighton did beat Lynx, right?
That is the reason why they're second.
Ahead. Okay. So that's head to head. Tiebreak there.
Yeah, man.
Right,
It is the first tiebreaker.
So Bull Bay in fourth position on 52 points. And Right Stuff in fifth position on 49 points. And Fourth International in sixth place on 41 points. And Foundation in seventh place with 41 points also. And Mechanical in 8th place on 39 points. And knocking on the door is Nagohead in 9th place on 37 points. And Cherry Garden in 10th place on 34 points. So Cherry Garden is definitely out, right?
Yes,
Yes,
definitely.
yes, definitely.
Definitely out. Okay. And Soasap in 11th place on 27 points. Central in 12th place on 26 points. Passage 4th in 13th place on 22 points. Correctional in 14th place, 20 points. Memory Lane in 15th place with 20 points. Masterpiece, 18 points. And Village Links on 10 points. So in 6th place, 6th to 9th place is still very close. But 4th International, 41 points. So 4th International definitely going through, right, C4?
Yes, 4th International by virtue of having a freebie on the last day will be on 45 points.
Right.
Yes,
Okay.
the 4th International has Garvin as the last match. And they also have the head-to-head with Foundation. So they cannot move from 6th position.
Yes.
And Foundation is the only team that can go on 45 points from those that are looking to
But they
qualify.
have to beat Bull Bay.
Yes, but regardless of if they go on the 45 points,
Oh, Fort beat them already.
Yes.
Okay. And Mechanical on 39 points. Who they have? Who they have, C4?
Mechanical have Central in Ola Abu Dhabi.
Oh. Okay, so Mechanical can go on 44 points. No, 43.
Yes.
And Nagazin in 9th place with 37 points. Who they have?
Nagozed has right stuff on final day.
Okay. So if Mechanical lose and Nagazin win, that means Nagazin would make it over Mechanical.
No, not necessarily. Because if
Not necessarily.
Foundation loses by under 10 points and get that crucial 1 point, then Nagoed will not be able to pass 42 points.
Yeah, but if
So-
Nagoed win,
Foundation
Go ahead,
would have
Sipo.
if Nagoed wins, Foundation would have to lose by a considerable margin. Outside,
Yes,
they would have to get out a point.
Okay. Yeah, but I'm talking between Mechanical and Nagazin though. Because Nagazin on 37 points and Mechanical on 39 points.
Oh, if Mechanical loses,
Yes, if Mechanical
yes,
loses,
yeah. If it loses and Nagoed wins, yeah.
it can go
Yeah,
around them.
so that's another scenario. Yeah,
so
so there's two ways that Nagoed can qualify. If either Foundation or Mechanical, if both either one of them loses, and if both of them if should both of them lose, then I think Mechanical will be the one that goes home.
Okay, and Foundation will still be at 7th position.
Yes.
Okay.
It also depends. If both of them lose and Foundation gets out a point, Nagoset can actually finish in 7th spot and Foundation in 8th.
Okay.
But Mechanical wins, they go through. Foundation wins, they go through. Foundation loses by under 10 points, they go through regardless if Right Stuff wins.
Okay, my viewers. So you all heard it. We have some very interesting match ahead of us this Sunday. So these matches are very important in centre forward. These three
Yes,
matches.
yes. It always happens on last day when the final piece of the puzzle to be solved before we can decide who plays who in the quarterfinals.
Okay. All right, great. Yes, Everett, big up yourself, Everett. Big up yourself. Donovan Davis, welcome, sir. Welcome, Donovan. All right, moving on. Links 250. Memory Lane 198. Professor, what happened there? Did Memory Lane throw in the towel or what?
Well, I haven't heard what really happened with this encounter regarding the actual end result. All I know that there was the unofficial results show that they didn't finish the encounter, but it was expected victory for Lynx, and probably by a very wide margin too, because as C4 usually say, Lynx don't play only the teams that are far below them, and probably the extent of the lead Lynx had, probably Memory Lane decided to not to finish the game.
Okay. All right, centre forward, you have an idea, you know what happened? Links 250,
Well,
Memory Lane
well,
198.
that is relative to Lynx. Lynx normally wins by these score when it comes to these teams. So I don't think it needs a throw-in for this scoreline to come up. Yes,
Okay.
so yeah, but Lynx is a powerful team and one of the few powerful teams that whenever they go to play the lesser lights, they don't mess around. They normally go down strong.
But at one point though, before halftime, I heard the ladies from Memory Lane were giving Links problem, like Olivan and Mishibu, and also Natalie. I heard ladies were giving the players them problem, Links players. So it was kind of a bit surprising with this margin of victory.
You must understand with lesser teams, they sometimes are competitive for a while, but you know the quality of the stronger teams tells
And will prevail in the end.
near the finish at the end. Yeah.
Will prevail in the end. Okay. All right. Professor, source up 250 Village Links. Um, they they what? They show in the flag. So that game didn't finish.
Well, that was the case. I was at that encounter. There was an incident during the second half, which resulted in a player bringing the game into disrepute, and as a result, the hierarchy of the club decided to discontinue the game. That's from Village Links, and did pack up the dominoes and etc. and walked out as a result of a liquor infringement regarding two players in the ring. So they decided to not participate anymore in that encounter and walked out. I don't know what the official report of the referee was, but as far as I know, when the score was at 166, so I suppose leading by 20, and
Oh, so this
166,
happened after
146.
halftime. This happened after halftime.
Yes, it did it happened after the halftime break, and so I suppose leading by 20 at the time, and the incident occurred on a particular table, and the entire team took it as what should I say? See it as an incident where they shouldn't finish the encounter and walked out. So I don't know what the result was, the end result, what the official result of report, sorry, of the official on the day. What the same result that came in for the Lynx encounter was the same result was put up for WhatsApp. So it's just a matter of what the organizers will do in terms of the margin of victory. But
Question those.
But thought about is by 20.
Okay. Question those center forward. Is there a disciplinary committee for this Portmore League?
I don't know if they actually have a disciplinary committee, but they usually does. I heard that Mr. Mina is saying that he will ensure that he has a committee next season. So that means it seems as if there is not really a disciplinary committee that handles.
But it seems as if players can do whatever they like in this league.
As I said, Mr. Mina normally has in place a disciplinary committee. I don't know what happened this season. However, if any team that decides to leave without the consent of the referee, then they forfeit their rights to any points right there, or they forfeit the match. So I guess that at the end of the day, from a Village Link player or captain, whoever, Domino and leaves, then they have surrendered the game.
Okay. All right. Same on you, center forward. Foundation 250, Chair Garden 249. A very excited match. How you describe that match? How you describe that match, center forward?
Well, this one was billed to be the clash of clashes on the day, and it was also a clash that many were looking forward to, not just on the day, but from a long way out. This fixture was threatening to be the game that will actually decide between Foundation and Cherry Gardens who will have the better chance of making the top 8. And it was certainly an exciting affair. Foundation win by the slimmest of margins, 1 point in sudden death. And in doing so, they knocked Cherry Gardens out of the 2023-2024 Portmore League. So all the predictions of who had Cherry Gardens to make the top 8 went straight through the window. Yours truly, put together his top 8, and Cherry Gardens was not a part of it, and it so turned out to be. But it was an enthralling encounter, and when a player gets 9-1 right at the finish, right at the death, or some people will say he got 10-1 in the final stages, there's no way, in a close match, this is going to not have its toll, and it was just quite unfortunate that Scatter and Great Wall were the players that came under immense pressure in the last, when every point was needed, and they didn't get to respond. So kudos to Foundation, a big win. Better luck next time for Cherry Gardens.
Okay. All right. Professor, because I heard they send for sniper, So it did make a difference sending for sniper, right, Professor?
Not to my understanding. I know what his results in terms of his the games, the 10s that he played. However, I know that he didn't set the road alight as much. Probably he did just enough because his team won. This game lived up to this billing prior to the before a domino was shuffled. So although they had more than they had the players who were participating for the first time, that is foundation, I think they still struggled to get to the line. But anyway, we did say this game was going to be close because both teams know how important those 4 points were. Because if Foundation did lose this encounter, they would have another chance at it. And now they are making it a bit easier. That right now the next match they only need a point. So as much as Snipe was here as a very good player, I don't think he had a great impact on the encounter. But his side win, so probably you could say he did. But a very exciting, and I did carry Cherry Gardens to win. I did give Cherry Garden the edge in this encounter. So there's no surprise about the foundation winning because both teams wanted the points, and that is the most important. So my prediction won't matter in the end if either and unless either team didn't want to take this one home.
Okay, but center forward, I've realized that Scatter didn't have the book. Scatter didn't captain that match. What happened?
Well, he has given up the book for the past couple games, and so book duties was with Fluffy, and Fluffy can anger herself with the book, but I heard that also, she didn't really get the support from some of her team members as they didn't really like some of her changes, and she had threatened to leave at points. So it wasn't smooth sailing for Cherry Gardens. It was a very tense match, so you'd expect that, the skipper would come under some pressure, just unfortunate that someone has to lose, and Cherry Gardens was the loser on the day, but they fought gallantly.
And let me tell you, I don't believe captaincy was an issue here though. Based on how I was following the game for most part, especially in the second half. Yeah,
well,
no,
captaincy
because
was an issue because as I told you, there was a player that was testing the captain, and she decided to throw the book away. She wanted to leave with her players, but just because there was another player of hers that was in the ring, she couldn't leave at the time. But it was a big issue. So the hierarchies they came together, them work out them little differences, and they then proceeded after. But it was a big issue, as
yes,
I got the report.
Yes, I understand what you're saying, C4, and I do acknowledge that. What I'm saying though, based on how I was following the over the period, especially in the second half, they were behind by 13, and they took their time. They approached the game as the game should by chipping away at the score. Take over the lead and led for a good amount in the last.
But look at it. If you find lead after cutting the score and find lead, and you set a fresh pair, because their performance last week was good, and you set a fresh pair right in the box. It's difficult, for a player to come into that situation and come and deliver, and probably they will look at it and say, well, setting Scatter and Great Wall at that point was possibly, what possibly the difference between the teams, and also that Foundation couldn't field six tables to start and gave up about 8 points. That also will hurt you.
Okay, but C4, well, when it comes down to the games, when it's this close, and you mention a player getting losing by close to double digits in the dying moments, I wouldn't have to blame the captain. It's like an experience, yes, to set somebody in the box there, to especially as a player. I always say you cannot put iffy players in the box. When you set a player in the box, you're supposed to have very much confidence in that pair to ensure that they can carry it home. Even if them get 10 love for argument's sake, but you know put them on and say if them are going to win. So if you are the confident and know that the players that you mentioned can carry it home, there's nothing. I don't think that's a bad captaincy either. It's
Well,
just that
Rice Stuff did the same thing and lost. Rice Stuff made too many changes near the wire.
All right.
And the fresh players them just did just never had the adrenaline to that was required to really push the team over the hill. Sometimes you have to just work with what is working for you and don't make too much changes because you're not chasing the game.
Exactly, C4, because and that is one of the things that and this program, as you mentioned, is very good for some of these captaincy, because this is some of the things that we need. Captaincy, you should make it simple as possible. And as you are saying, C4, if we are coming to the last 20 or 30 games, you don't need to make 3 changes on the team, and especially if either team is not leading by more than 5. You don't need many changes in the boxes. If the players in the box cannot carry home, you just analyze that situation from there and know in the next game how to approach it. That's what you do. But you wouldn't want to make 3-4 because momentum is important in the box, and it's not. And there are not many players who have the mental capacity to sit in the box and play as well, or ride the momentum that is currently going with either team. So it's best to allow, because for a captaincy, the best part of the game is when they come into both, when the first half is ending and when the second half starts, and then you carry to the last 50, especially if it's close. It all comes down to the player. If the captains make it basic, they will find that they will make less mistakes. They will not make many blunders carrying in new players, etc., because they know that the players they have up inside the box, they can trust them to the end. And these are some of the things that we need to look. The teams need to look at when in terms of captaincy. So I agree with the C4. Too many changes in the box in the last 20 or so games can be disastrous for any team.
Okay. All right. Kevin Hallman. Yes, welcome. Big up yourself, Kevin Hallman. C4. Your Frederick Machado said you want to see me play against you in the Sansan League. Well, Frederick, I'm no match for C4, and remember, I'm just learning the game, you know. It's better.
And I am a captain, so look like it not gonna work out at all.
Yeah, I better it's a professor against C4.
No, better it's a professor against MELLACHE, because professor is on my side.
Yeah, I'm just learning.
Professor is on my side, and plus me is a captain, so there's more possibility of professor playing MELLACHE.
That's not a good matchup, Frederick. That's not a good matchup. Yeah, I'm just learning the game, Frederick.
That makes 2 of us.
Yes, Betty Bird, big up yourself, done it. All right, moving on. Mechanical 250 versus 4th International 244. Professor, what went wrong there? I was expected.
I think C4 would be the better person asking that question, MELLACHE, but I did carry the Ford to win this game. It's just that
you gave Mechanical the edge. You gave Mechanical the edge because you said that they had more to play for.
Yes.
Oh, that's what I said.
Yes,
that's what I was coming to. That's what I was saying, C4, because I was coming to is that Fort might be relaxing because they know that they weren't in any trouble qualifying based on the opponent they were going to play in the last round. So they were much at ease in this encounter, knowing that they will definitely make the top 8. So it's a matchup where Mechanical did want it far more. Ford could have afforded to lose and still make the top 8. The only problem is that no team want to lose their last encounter going into to the knockout stages, because that doesn't argue well for them as a team, because it will break a rhythm, a winning momentum going into the knockout stages. So that will be a boost. But Ford have a week to practice. They have a couple of weeks, because probably the final 8 there will be a break. So they have at least 2 weeks probably to get things right and come with full strength, get everything organized, and see if they can cup this trophy, which is not out of reach for them. But Mechanical, good victory, and I think they showed us true spirit, and they are proving a lot of doubters wrong so far.
Okay. All right, center forward. What really went wrong there? Because I've realized that if Mechanical did lose, Mechanical couldn't make the top 8, right?
Well, Mechanical would still have a chance to make the top 8, because they still would have Central to play, with a possibility of getting to 39 points, which still could have given them a chance, seeing as Nagoya would need to win their final match. So they would still have something to play for. But on the day, Mechanical was a better team. They came with this game like a final, and they played it just like their quarterfinal began. You know, Port International, you know, gave as much as they got. They as a matter of fact, Port led for most of the way, and Mechanical just wrestled the initiative in the last as a team that was very hungry, and they totally deserved to win.
So Mechanical needed to win more than Chergon, more than Fort International here then.
I wouldn't even use it that they needed to win more, but the fact that, you know, they played with the intensity that is required for a team that backs were against the wall. But Port International, as I said, gave as much as they got. You know, it's not like Port relaxed. The Port International, you know, threw everything at them. You know, and they withstood that. So, you know, it was a deserving win.
Okay. All right. Welcome, Devon Brown. Arville Smith, big up yourself. Tall Boss himself, just in time to hear us talking about Mechanical. I wonder how was it with Tall Boss always making runs for Mechanical, you know. I wonder if it was Tall Boss shoot on your side, see center forward.
No, sir. We put him in going at the ring, man, and as in going make us some instruction, and them destroy him, man. Quick and fast.
Tall Boss is my player, you know. That's my player. Big up yourself, Arville.
Yeah, man, I'm my player too, man. So go, but we couldn't make him win that match, so we make some instructions, you know, and sure, so we get rid of him.
Okay. All right. I've realized there were some close encounters on Sunday, you know, last Sunday, because with this match, Central 250 and Correctional 249. C4.
Well, Central is always featuring in some close games. You know, Correctional, they were coming for this game because they were coming off a win also. So, you know, they wanted to finish the season on a high. But so did Central, who in the end proved to be the best by the slimmest of margin. But we love to see close encounters, you know, that those encounters give you a reason to look and to, you know, to the neutrals especially.
Okay. All right, Professor.
No surprise with where the end result. You know, Central winning by a point. I cannot say it enough. I just will give correctionality the team of the Portmore League. You know, they for me they just show their true worth. Um, it just surprising that they should have been featured just amongst the way they're playing, especially in the latter half of the competition. They've showed some excellent result against quality teams. And is my memory serve correct? Mechanical correction probably only lost for probably the last 8 or so encounters. I doubt if they have lost over 20 or probably once. So that will show you much how good they are playing. And so that is something for me that I do enjoy. When they didn't turn up for the match against Right Stuff, I did came down very hard on them and just give him them and just let him know that it's best to turn out for the games. And from that encounter ends until now, they have been doing very, very well. And it was no surprise that they put up a fight, just lost by one. So kudos to Correctional. Central again, just playing within the type of side they have in this competition. Never expected to a few persons probably carry them in the top 8, but never have that quality to get them over the line.
Let me ask a question though, Professor. This team Central, this is their second season in Domino, right?
Yes,
this team has been around before. This team has been around before.
The team has been around. The players have been around.
No, I'm talking about the name.
The actual name Central.
Yes. This is their second season.
Yes, as far as I know. C4, is that the case?
For the second season.
Yeah, second season.
They're playing very well for a second season.
Yes, and I think last year they were much stronger to me. When they played the town league, I think they were much stronger.
Yes, but because they had Tarbas and they had Lara, and they had quite a few good players in the ranks.
Okay. Yes, Western Kingston. Big up yourself. Welcome, Western Kingston. All right. Bull Bay versus Passage Fort. Bull Bay 250. C4. And Passage Fort throwing the towel there. I don't know what happened there. You know what happened there, Professor?
As far as I couldn't say. As far as I know, that it seems Passage Fort was no match for Bull Bay, and as a result, Passage Fort decided to end the encounter based on the fact that they were beaten out of points. I don't know what what is the eventual score? You have the penalty?
They're throwing the towel.
So exactly. What was it? No score line?
250. There's no score for Passage Fort.
Exactly. So we don't know what the end result. I wasn't au fait. I didn't follow up to be honest with the end result. As far as I know, that Passage Fort did show in, but I don't know the margin and that didn't come out officially. But I believe Bull Bay is doing what they are doing in the latter part of the stages, getting their ducks in order. So they, at the end of this preliminary round, they are in good stead to make a go for the trophy. So momentum, they are just going with the momentum as we speak and not taking any chances. And I like that from Bull Bay.
I just hope I know this Sunday is the final week for the preliminary rounds, but I hope all the teams handle their fixtures though, you know. I hope everything.
Yes, it's good for the sport. Yes. And that is why I'm disappointed in some of the teams now. As much as they came out to play on Sunday. A few of them didn't end their fixture, but it does augurs well for sponsors, because one of the things that sponsors need, is their quote unquote pound of flesh. All right, what is it in there for them? You don't want to. No sponsor is not going to feel good partnered with any competition and not seeing the teams honor their fixtures. It's not a good look, and because they still know that their product will have to be shown or give mileage on the day. So they still want the teams, even if they don't have a chance, to be still out in their full force. And it one of the things that the teams and the clubs, whatever they call themselves, ensure that they participate until the end. Because if we continue not to honor fixtures because we see all games, they don't have a chance to make the important stages as the last eight, and feel that it's not making any sense playing the remaining fixtures. It will make dollars if you do. So it's better the clubs come out to play to ensure that Domino reaches a stage where we can get sponsorship for it.
Yes, because the sponsors looking in, they're looking for leverage. That's
Exactly. And coming out, whether or not you have a chance under your fixtures, and they will see it worthwhile to put their money where their mouth is.
yes, well said. We're looking for viewers. All right. Nagozed 250, Masterpiece 236. Center forward. I know a lot of person work bringing Masterpiece to win this one.
No, not really, no, because it was a team that needed the points, and normally when a team has everything to play for, they'll put out their best. Remember, Nago had just turned back 40 internationals, so one would expect that they would take another step forward, and that they did, and giving themselves a chance on last day.
Okay, all right, Professor. Nagozed 250, Masterpiece 236.
I can tell you, boss, Nagwe did play out of their skin to win this encounter. The margin of victory might seem in double digits, but they did struggle to the line. When there were at 12 games remaining, they were just leading by about 5 or 6. So that to show you how much the encounter was close going to the last 50, because Masterpiece was leading in the last 50 also. So it was doing the mid region there of about 220 or so. The Nagoya did take over the lead, and it was a ding dong battle in terms of each other taking the lead until Nagoya pull away from them in the mid 30s, and ends go on win convincingly in the end, because there was a majority of wins at one stage when the last 20 games in the favor of Nagoed. But it was quite close, a very, very, very good game. And Masterpiece, as I said, won't be giving anything away, and they did just that. Nagoed have to fight for all 4 points.
Okay. All right. Moving on, because the last match was Classic versus Garvey Mead. You know how that went, Professor. Suppose I tell you that Garvey Mead won that match, Professor. Would you believe me?
No, because I know Garvey beat them at turn up, and then they couldn't feel a team. They might just do so against Ford. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Moving on. And let us talk a little about this, the Sansan League. And also, we know the team of the week. The team of the week is Stretch Assassin. That's the team of the week. They led by 15 points. Stretch Assassin. And the player of the week is Colachin, led by 12 points. So the team of the week, Stretch Assassin, and also the player of the week is Colachin. And I heard Colachin, he played very well at the foundation match, right? Center forward.
Yes, Colachin was their standout player on the day.
But I think he lost the last 2 games. Isn't that so, C4?
Yes, yeah. He lost where it really matters most.
Yes,
leaving a lot of debate because persons are saying that Colachin is a great player, and I'm always saying that depends on how you grade, because great cannot be just used like that, and in a match like this, that Colachin, as a great player, as Westernites might say, to lose two games after winning so many games and lose 2 games where it matters most, that sometimes show, the class of the player, because this is where the big players rise, right in the box. Just like Foley Foley was hammered 8-2 and 7-3, and right in the box he delivered a knockout punch 5-2. So that 5-2 beat is last set of games, show the caliber of the player.
Okay.
And he came back to have a good game against him the game on Tuesday, C4.
Yeah.
On Monday.
Yeah.
Yes, on Monday. So on Monday, we did have Titans versus Bomb Squad. So Titans were 75, Titans won 75, Bomb Squad 73. That's a very hard and tough match to lose also. When a team lose by 1-1, it is hard, Professor. It's best team lose by about 5 or 6 or maybe more, but to lose by 1 or 2 is a very hard match,
No, man, either way, not what is competitiveness. I don't think any hard in it. It was hard based on who lost, but I mean, it's all about competition. You prefer to lose by that margin more than 20, or 10, based on the sprint is. You're losing by that margin more. If the teams are competitive, those are the margin of victories that you're going to lose by. You're not going to see a lot of blowouts. So you can't be feel hard done by the margin of victory you lose by. You just have to go back to the drawing board and see how much you can work much harder. But there's nothing to feel down and out about regarding how you lost. Because I guarantee you, give anybody that margin of victory compared to 20, they know at that margin, lose that margin, they were quite competitive, and it just can it just going to be just argues well for them playing further games.
Okay. All right. And also on Monday, we did have Clarendon Upsetters versus Stardust. So Clarendon Upsetters were victorious, 75 points, and Stardust 69 points. Yes. And then last night we have Pampas Players 75 points versus Buccaneers 73 points. So some very close encounters. As a matter of fact, last year center forward, if my knowledge serves me right, Buccaneers were one of the teams that didn't lose any match, right?
No, they lost match. I think the team that didn't lose any match was Storm them. Stormed them only lost at the
Until
quarterfinal stage.
Oh, okay. Okay. So Pampas players, they're really showing what they're made of, why they really come second last year, Pampas players. I realized, centre forward, I realized I'm not hearing anybody talking about Pampas now and what kind of name is that and all those stuff. Because it seems like the Pampas,
Yeah. They're
the
doing
brand
what
is good.
they should do and getting the job done. So nobody can criticize and say, well, the name don't sound right, or the name makes the team get a lot of hammering or whatever.
Yeah,
They're doing very
they
well.
have a good brand, man. Like they have a good brand.
but Pampas is a brand, you know. It's let me tell you, the psychology of this this name is so much have an effect on the opponents playing against them. Because when I think about Pampas, you're thinking about something soft and saggy. So you're believing that the players are also soft and saggy. And by the look of things and you're playing, you realize that they are far more of quality in every department, and they eventually reach the 75 barrier without hardly any amount of points they put up. They need to win. They do just that to ensure that they go over the line. So while they are thinking about their name, they are thinking about playing. And I think that really, because other persons were laughing about the name last year, even still now. But they are just doing what they are doing best. And I think they have a great enthusiasm for the game.
Okay. All right. And also last night we have hard target 75 versus elite squad 65. What is really happening with the elite squad? C4, because isn't the elite squad the defending champion?
Nope.
No, Elite is not the defending
Hard target.
champions. They were in the semi-final stage the last time.
Oh,
Yeah,
who's the
so
defending? Which team is the defending champion again?
hard target.
Oh, hard target.
Yes.
They were playing
Oh,
the defending champions, yeah.
oh, they were playing the defending champion. Okay,
Elite, yeah.
okay. All right. My viewers, Stretch supposed to be on the program, but apparently he said he's on the road. He's driving. If I could give him 5 minutes, and also Colachin say he don't have any service right now. But my viewers, listen, the criteria, one of the criteria to be the player of the week, you have to be interviewed to be the player of the week. So that's one of the criteria. All right. So for you to be the player of the week, you have to be interviewed. So please make sure you have service. Or maybe you can go where you can get like a Wi-Fi access or stuff like that. All right. Moving on to week 17 now, the final week for the Portmore League. But before moving on, center forward, I heard there was a match on what, Monday night?
Yes, Monday night, early Tuesday morning.
Yeah,
That match halftime after second half started at 2 a.m. Them time they may draw a boogie, And by the time I am ready to wake and I'm ready to get the kids ready for school, that was when the time when the match finished. So the match finished at 5 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, so in the end, I must say, the Western team, they were deserved winner on the day. So kudos to the Western team defeating the mighty mercenaries.
Missionary.
That is back-to-back wins now for the Western Stars.
So the mercenaries turn missionaries now. It seems. C4. And we talk of
All
Western. We have Sir Orton online.
Blessings, man. Blessings to
Yeah, man.
all.
Good
Yes,
night, sir.
sir.
Man.
Yeah, man. Blessings to all.
Big win for
Yes.
the Western Stars last night, man. Congratulations.
I heard you use the word mighty twice just now. I don't know why you would use that word. You call
No,
them
I
the
use the word
mighty,
mighty
mighty.
because
But
the first
they
two
have
wins
lost twice.
were massive wins.
They
So that's why
but
I
yeah, but they have lost twice, so they couldn't have two mighty still with their name.
true. We have to
I
reduce
don't
that. We
know.
have to find an next word now.
Yes, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, but
No,
you know,
everything.
a statement win because maybe some people will say, well, you're winning in your hometown, but the fact that now you leave your hometown and say, all right, now come at town now, come show you. So the last win was not a fluke, and you
Yes.
came and you delivered. So congratulations again.
But the last Portmore League showed that the better players right now, the informed players, I should say, are mostly from the West, you know.
Well, me wouldn't say anything against that because the West has been coming a long time, So
Yeah, it has been
if we
coming.
finally
So
reach now,
exactly. So you have to give Caesar what they're due. Give Caesar what they're
definitely,
due.
definitely, definitely.
So
When
what are
back
you
to the
trying to
West.
say is, Mr. Stretch, what are you trying to say? If I want to get better at Domino, I have to come to the West?
I take Knoxford. Book a ticket at Knoxford, man. We can find somewhere put you one.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Okay, sir. I
yes,
heard you.
yes,
Welcome
man.
again,
Good to
Stretch
be here, man.
Assassin, Captain.
Good,
Welcome
good to be,
again.
good to be here.
Player team of the week.
Yes.
Yes. Why they call it Stretch?
You know, it has a lot to do with the physique, the imagination, the vision, and the
Okay.
ability.
Yes. You stretch your
Yes,
To stretch.
vision.
and there's a last part to it that to fit. There's a last part to it to fit,
Oh,
but not many persons
and
use that part. You know.
and you can stretch a dollar too.
Of course, we know how to do that. So, like I said,
You know how to do that.
You
I
don't
come
know
with
how to
them
do
on
that.
several things.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
who gave it the name Stretch Assassin?
You know that it was Stula from Cherry Gardens. He was the person I had empowered to form the team, and he was the one who came up with the name. I told him initially I didn't want my name to be mentioned, but he said no because it was my brainchild to feel a team from those youth on Cherry Gardens. Then he feel that deservedly he would have added my name to the team name.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have
Sounds good.
experience in that before?
If I have any,
Experience in captaincy?
me,
Yes.
ask Andre. C4 can tell you. I'm a very good captain, man. All can tell you.
Yeah, man, a very experienced
Very, very
captain, but
experienced captain.
just
Very, very
because
experienced captain.
his ability in the game right now is at probably his peak, them don't really utilize it as such. But he's a very, very, very good captain.
Yeah,
Captain
man.
of the Stingers, the Stingers team, the Stingers female team,
Exactly.
and also the Tropical Redeem
Tropical
team.
rhythm. Two of the greatest
Yes,
comeback ever in Dominoes.
yes.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I have those things under my belt, man.
Yeah. Mm. All right.
Okay. How often do your team train, Mr. Stretch?
The Sunday League provides a training ground for that. That's number one. Number two, you do have the persons. You see, the cross the table improves players a lot, And a lot of
Yes.
persons, when they're gambling nowadays, it's mostly cross the table they use. Not only that, there's an online platform that fosters this type of game also. So
Okay.
if I'm to say how often, it's like it will be every day. Because the game is played around the clock. So I think we are in good form, and Colachin, can I tell you the form that he's in now, man, is almost unstoppable.
Okay.
Mm.
See for any question, Professor?
Well, Stretch Assassins, they lost their first match in the competition. What different did or how different was the approach for the second match?
Well, let me tell you so. First of all, thumbs up to Pampas team. And they have demonstrated that they have come of age. Pampas team is playing some good dominoes. I watched the match last night that they won, and believe you me, I thought a lot of persons didn't have them to it. So the first thing is that if the team who we lost to is playing some very good dominoes.
True, very true.
Yes. Secondly, in the second game, I just think, domino is a thing that is played on a day. And sometimes when it comes right for you, there can be nothing against you. So I figured that Domino showed up for us in the second match, and we just we took it home because there's one point when the opposing team was leading, and we didn't falter. Colachin and myself, against a good 85 team. Because if you can remember, they started out dropping out even a 7 love in the match. So I mean, it just argues well that the quality and the character showed by Stretch Assassin is something to for other teams to look at and to expect.
Well said, well said.
Professor, you have anything to say to ask Mr.
And this is
Stretch?
a question. Yeah, man, this is a question that I would love to put forward now to you, Stretch. And this is something probably I would ask every person on this set. What your thoughts on this sort of the format of this game compares to the code and or your match 'em? What's your thoughts on both?
One of the first thing about this format is the quality of playing has to be up there, has to be good. The live feed alone protects what you said, the unfair advantages, I would call it, where people might even try to cheat the game. The live feed is one that is limiting that. So a player has to, and then the ability to, you're to use one hand at a time. That's another thing that
Mm-hmm.
develops the player. Um, the,
Yes,
the, the, the
concentration.
atmosphere. Yes, man, the concentration is there. So I think this format develops the player better than the code format because remember now in a code format, you might be the one who is just holding or helping or assisting while
Yeah.
the other person is carrying the game. In this instance, you have no choice. You have to carry the game. You have to play both roles. You understand what I'm saying? So now, in
Mm-hmm.
this format here, it is going to develop the sport far more. People are going to concentrate, learn more, learn. There's so much things to it. So, and then big up Sansan. I mean, the dress code is good. The atmosphere is good. The cheering, the support, the ability for people far and wide to be a part of it. Because sometimes on a cold game, on a Sunday, you might have 6, 7 matches being played. So all eyes wouldn't be on you. In this instance, one match at a time, all eyes are on you. So there's so many advantages to this format of the game. So I mean, we have a big up Sansan again, and I mean, we're looking forward to a great competition. As a matter of fact, if you're watching the matches closely, you know that this competition is going to be a very serious competition. It's very
Yeah.
much far more competitive. The level of the teams, I mean, the fact that they're gone up now to 12 persons, the level of the teams, there's so many advantages about this format. So I mean, I'm giving it a full thumbs up, full 10 from my seat where I sit. I loved it. A matter of fact, for me to travel from so far to play it, you must know.
So as you
Yes.
mentioned development of the game, you it seems like you believe this is the best way of marketing the game.
Yes, it is the best way of marketing the game.
And a player.
Yes, and a player. Yes, and let's look at the development. Look at Ico. Look at Ico. Ico is developing far more. Use him for example. Not
Yes,
that he wasn't a
Pastor.
good player before, but I can tell you, he's demonstrating some good skills now. Players are going
Yes,
to
that's
improve a
true.
lot with this format, man. Players are going to improve a lot with this format. I can tell you. I can tell you, even Bala and Pampas. I mean, I watched him play last night against Dudley, and I can tell you, I like
Yes,
the way I see. Yes, man. So the younger players,
yes,
it argues well for the future. It
yes,
argues well
that's
for the
true.
young players here are getting the chance to showcase their skills. Sooner or later, other teams are going to be interested in them, and the development is there. So it is good for the continuity of the whole sport itself.
Um, just as I mentioned that stretch, this format, it's like the 2020 of cricket, and
Yes,
there's
exactly.
argument that the shorter the version won't be a good development for young players. Is this the opposite of that? Is this
But
domino? That is positive is opposite of that?
you see, for our exam, you have to go for accuracy first before you go
Mm.
for speed. You have to go for accuracy first. And this format
Okay.
deals with accuracy first. The longevity of the game, the person will be able to remember now. The longevity of the game, you can make a change. The person can always come back. Make a change, the person can come back.
Hmm.
So in essence, you're not really losing anything because the accuracy, once you get the accuracy in, the person can play 210, rest, come back. So I don't think that will affect their ability.
Okay.
All
Great.
right, Mr. Stretch. Is you unpick your players?
No, only from the West. Only from the West. Stula was empowered to put that team together. But I have a contingency that I always move around with, that I don't leave out. A person like Domino Machine, Scatter, Colachin, and recently added Black Fox. We don't really leave one another. So any which team you see, we are always, so normally those persons are normally where I am. But in terms of the Kingston based players, no, I don't have the power to pick those persons. I don't like to do that. I want the younger persons to come out and see we even take high grade out of retirement too. So it argues well for the sport.
Okay.
All
All right.
right.
As a captain, what would you do if one of your players behaving inappropriately?
Funny enough, you should ask that question on the match on Sunday while we were leading um foundation in the last part. A player from Cherry Garden walked in and disturbed the match, disrespected everybody. A matter of fact, that player was also a player of the Assassins. I have subsequently exited that player from the Assassins. So that should answer your question.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not believing to, let me tell you
Oh,
something. We're not believing to disrespecting nobody, not over the game of dominoes. It is for fun. And let me tell you, if we win this league, what we spend each game, we're not going to recover that. So it must be something much more than the purse that is
yeah.
driving us to come and play. And
True.
it is that element that cannot be disrespected, that should not be disrespected, that should not be cheated. I believe strongly in respect the opponent, respect if the referees, the persons who are filming,
Hmm.
who are put for live feed. You have to show respect for these people, man. This is
Yes.
something that persons
Yes.
are doing. I mean, most of this is volunteer work. You have to respect
Hmm.
everybody. Yeah, you have to respect. You have to do that. You can't walk around. Come on, man. So I'm a very big advocate of respect. And Andrea can see for can tell you. We believe that you have to, no matter where you fall, you must show respect.
Yes, definitely respect you.
Yeah,
And
man.
as a pioneer of the sport, I must also say you're supposed to be in the ranks of the great men. Yes, not only for your domino prowess, but for the fact that you have done so much for the sport. I don't think one should honor you after you reach way up in an age or, you know, you pass
Yes.
away. Yes, well, all the things them you do, you're supposed to be honored for it, trust me. Because it's
Andre,
not easy to actually, you know, do what you are doing. But I have to say party
what it
about that.
is. Yeah, man, I
You
agree with that.
understand?
Andre, my mother teach me, do all the good you can, to all the people you can, as long as you can.
Yeah.
Okay.
True.
All right.
Yes, my players. Yes, my
Church.
viewers and subscribers. Go ahead, Professor. Go ahead.
Yeah, I would just probably add two more questions for you.
Yes.
One is, as a person who have served administratively and as C4 said, give a lot to the game. What is it that you see need to be improved in the game to make the game reach much further? You have mentioned this format, but administratively, what do you see? And secondly, how do you see your chances now? I know you're coming not to win, but all your chances now, even making the final eight.
Well, the first thing I would want for the sport is a players administration. That's the first thing I'd want for the sport. That every player that enters the arena is represented by one number, one registration number. And no
Mm-hmm.
matter where that person goes in this island or in the world, that's the number that they play under. That will help in the discipline of the player.
Yes,
That will help in the waste
that's
for
right.
registration fees. That will help with player welfare also. Because you see,
Yes,
recently you realize that recently some players pass and we had to be scuffling to put things together for these players. Legends. Shouldn't happen. It
yes,
shouldn't happen. There must be an association in place that is looking at these things and have, bodies come forward. Because I'm telling you something. Bodies don't like to deal with individuals. No. They like to deal with bodies. To mean that an entity would deal with an entity. If we have a players association, we can get bigger sponsorship because they are now dealing with a body, not an individual. So that is the paramount thing that I would want to see for the sport. One registration number for a player, players association deal with all the players' welfare. In terms of my chances, well, it's as good as any other team because I have a very good team. I can tell you, I have a very, very good team. And if Domino on the day, as I'm telling you, see 85 found out Domino on the day for us, run away 15 points lead. And I can tell you, it could have been worse. So I'm back in my team. I wanted the exposure for the guys from Cherry Gardens. That is really what my objective was on this. But when the team is assembled now and I see how they're playing, we're looking to feature in the finals.
all right.
Okay. All right. You heard it. My viewers and subscribers, you heard it yourself from the big man himself. Stretch. Yes, team of
Blessings.
the week.
Yeah,
Yes,
man.
Stretch. You think you're going to be back here again for team of the week?
You have enough time for me?
Yeah, you
Yes.
have a rough match. You have a rough match Thursday coming, you know. Tomorrow, you have a rough
Tomorrow.
match, you know.
Yes, we
Mm.
expect that. We expect that.
All right. Before we go, Mr. Stretch,
Yes.
what do you have to say to the opposing teams?
Look out. We're coming.
All right. All right. You heard it. You heard it yourself,
Yeah,
my
man. Blessings
viewers.
to all,
All
man. And
right.
thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. You're welcome.
All
You're
right, bless up
welcome.
yourself
Thanks.
and stay safe and healthy, yeah?
Yeah, man. Blessings, man. Love and
All
thanks.
right.
All right,
Cool.
Church.
Yes.
All right, my viewers. You heard it from the man himself. Team of the week. Yes. All right. Moving on to the final round of this preliminary rounds for the Portmore League. Yes, going to the predictions now. I know Everett. Everett is sending. I don't know if this is his prediction for last week or the prediction for this week. But he also asked if him did I win the credit? So I know the match between Mechanical and Fort International. I know a lot of persons supposed to be bringing Fort International, so I think that's one of the match that was majority of persons
No, but
prediction.
him have up Brayton, so the fact that him have Brayton, he lose already.
Yes, that's why I was asking. I was just wondering if this was his prediction because I know Brayton lost. So I was wondering if this was his prediction for last week. Because if this was your prediction for last week, Everett, Brayton lost. So you wouldn't have won the credit. But we have one more round. So you can send in your prediction. Yes, so the first person to predict the 8 winners for this Sunday will win themselves $1,000 credit. All right, moving on. Final day this Sunday. We have Village Links versus Memory Lane. Professor, what do you have to say about this match?
Well, this is a matchup of the bottom half of the competition. Village Links didn't finish their last encounter. I don't know what might transpired on the last match day. However, this encounter is quite interesting, and based on how the teams are playing for the season so far, Memory Lane should get the better of this fixture. As much as they were also one of the teams who lost by a very huge margin. So both teams will be going for a victory, and just in case the Village Links turn out for their encounter, but Memory Lane should take this one.
Okay. No, Everett, nobody did win the credit. Nobody win the credit for this week. Nobody win the credit. All right, C4, Village Links versus Memory Lane.
Well, Village Link, everything has gone horribly wrong for them this season, and it seems as if they will be the cellar dwellers this season in the Portmore League. They'll finish right at the bottom. Memory Lane, they have been quite an okay season based on previous season, and they would want to finish up on an high, and I'm carrying Memory Lane to finish the season positively. Village Link, plenty to be done to really get back to competitiveness.
Okay. All right. Moving on, Masterpiece versus Caribbean Classic, C4.
Well, Masterpiece should expect some strappings, but they would just honor their fixtures as usual. Kudos to them, and kudos to all of the teams that are honoring their fixtures despite they cannot make it to any positions. But a straightforward victory here for Caribbean Classic. And
Okay.
they should finish the preliminary unbeaten. So any other beaten after this, everything just blows up. Any team that always plan to go all the way without losing, sometimes they lose where it really matters. So let's see how things will work out with Caribbean Classic this season if they'll go undefeated.
Okay. All right. I don't know what happened to Professor, but maybe a signal drop or something. But center forward, I heard in the grapevine that there's going to be a bottom 4. You hear anything like that?
Still haven't heard anything on it. So I guess a bit later down we will possibly hear some more about that. But I haven't heard anything about bottom 4.
Okay. All right, Professor. So what's up versus correctional?
Well, Southside is doing what they are doing for the season. They haven't get so far garnered a trick of wins, and they might just do so this coming Sunday against a correctional team that always have a good matchup against Southside. Out of the many encounters, I believe correctional has only won this matchup only once. However, um, it's usually a very close contest. Last year, even the same Portmore League, correctional did put up a challenge, and also in the town encounter. So I'm looking for a Southside victory, but a very competitive one. And as I said, always so far in almost every podcast is that this correctional team has impressive have been so impressive to yours truly. So I will continue to see them coming to play a good game, but they will be on the receiving end of this one.
Okay. Center forward. So what's up versus correctional?
Well, I expect this game to be a close one. Correctional just seem that they are coming out to play lately, so you'd expect a great game of domino here. So what's up? As usual, they will want to enjoy themselves, and they will always come out and enjoy themselves. So this is a good match. A match that can go anywhere. But on pedigree, I might just stick with Southside, but I wouldn't be surprised if correctional pull this one off.
All right. Same on you, center forward. Links United versus Passage Fort.
Well, links normally are merciless when it comes to these teams that are down. Leagues just know how to keep them down. This could turn out to be a mauling. I'm going for links win by 30 or more.
Okay. All right. You heard it, my viewers. I hope Passage Fort handle their fixtures. Professor.
Yes.
Links United versus Passage Fort.
Links would get this one home. Passage Fort, as I say, as you even mentioned, MELLACHE, is that they honor this fixture. So there might be just something in it for them. I don't know why. Wow, I don't know if they can make even that final four or so forth. It depends on what the administrators have up their sleeves. But Passage Fort still should honor their fixture, and Links will get this one home. And as we always said on this program, Links usually do well against the lesser teams and so forth. So they will definitely come out chumps in this one.
Okay, great. All right, still on you, Professor. Chergan versus Britain.
I don't know how pumped Chergans are motivated they are going to play into this last encounter. We having known that they have blown their chances last Sunday going up against a Britain team who is probably going through the paces now. I don't know what they have in mind now based on the fact they are already qualified, where they want to finish, etc. Coming off a huge loss against Right Stuff. And let's see, probably, I don't know how motivated these two teams are as we speak. But definitely, Britain probably would have to use this encounter to see where they will end up, who they'll be playing, going forward in if they want to make the final. So they should use this match against Sherry Garden as a yardstick to see where they finish, who their teams that they're going to play in, and so forth. But
All right.
Britain should get.
Okay. C4. Chergan versus Breton.
It's a straightforward Britain. I don't know why Professor go all around. Chergans already gave away their chances. They're now just coming to honor their fixtures. Whereas Britain will be cranking up the machine fully to get them in line for quarter-final actions. So they will want to finish off the season on a high. So Britain victory.
Who to tell
easily.
C4 that Chergan don't want to finish on a high also? Maybe Chergan want to send a message to him.
Well, this will be hard to do because, for a team that was sixth not too long ago with winnable fixtures like fixtures against Correctional and Masterpiece, I know they're looking from the outside. It's hard to motivate a team like that.
Okay. All right. Mechanical versus Central, C4.
Well, this is a whole Harbour derby with two teams that are in complete different directions. Central, they are just honoring their fixtures, trying to finish off their second season, their first in the Portmore League on a high, whereas Mechanical are looking to consolidate their top 8 status, and so it should be a Mechanical win. I don't really think that Central will dare try to derail their Old Harbour counterpart.
Okay, but an upset can happen here, Professor. Because if Central win and Nagazed win, Mechanical is out.
Yes, definitely, and this is as much as it stands. The Central a fixture that the two teams participating have opposite ways, going opposite ways. This is probably can regard this as a feature match. I don't know if Central will be coming over to roll over and die on this fixture, because ending this competition on an eye is something good for any team. As much as you don't as much as you don't have any chance to make the most important stage, Mechanical probably would have to come out and fight for this one. And I don't agree with C4 by saying that it's because the teams are from Old Harbour, another team should not roll over and die, but Mechanical should take this one home, and I believe it's a feature match, and I believe a Central team will not be giving anything away against Mechanical. Mechanical would have to probably come out and
center forward. Remember that center forward. Passage Fort beat Mechanical, and Central beat Passage Fort. So I think you can't go anywhere right here.
Yes, yeah, but at the same time, I'm saying that the two teams are from Old Harbour, and
Yes.
only one team can really get through. I'm not saying that Central will throw the game, but I'm saying that it is easier for Mechanical to win than Central to derail them.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Going down to the feature matches now. We have Bull Bay versus Foundation. Professor. Remember, Bull Foundation just need a point here, to secure this.
Yes. They better get the point, because if Nagawet do win there and they don't get a point, they are definitely out. Because the tiebreaker would be a head-to-head, and Nagawet did beat Foundation. Yes, so Old Bay is playing well, and as much as they are already qualified and are doing well, they will I don't believe they will be giving up anything against Foundation. Foundation have never beaten Bull Bay. Well, yes, they have never beaten Bull Bay. And well, in this case, the first time they are playing in this league, there are players who have played against Foundation. But Foundation, I will still go for a Bull Bay win, but Foundation will make a game for it. Definitely, I can tell you that. If they don't, they know that if they don't have a point to prove in this encounter, they will not have it again for the rest of the season.
Okay.
So Foundation just have a point to prove.
Okay, all right. Center forward. Foundation, it will be hard on Foundation if they don't make the top 8, because right now they're in the seventh position, So if they don't make the top 8, it will be very hard on Foundation to C4, right?
Yes. The thing about it, if Foundation are actually going to challenge for the title, this is a fixture they should at least be competitive in. I don't expect that Bull Bay will win this one in a blowout. I just believe that Foundation will come and show why they should be among the top 8. So I am expecting this one to be a close affair, But just because Bull Bay is in such form, I'll give them an edge on it. But I would be surprised if Foundation got the job done.
Okay. All right. And for the Bull Bay players, I'm going to be coming to this match, to video this match. So please, I'm asking you, if the music is not turned down or off, I can't video the match. So I'm asking you, if you want me to video the match between Bull Bay and Foundation, you have to comply with YouTube rules. So no music in the background. All right. Moving on to the next match, Right Stuff, next feature match, Right Stuff versus Nago Head. Professor. Nago Head need this win too,
Very tricky encounter. And Right Stuff last result has even made it more trickier. I will just give them the edge winning this encounter, trust me. But Nago Head definitely need it more. It will be very close, but I just believe that Rise Up will win. I just because they will also want to put their standing where they are currently is in good standing. They can't be caught from behind on 5th position, and they will await any result with Bull Bay in front of them on 52 points and 49. They will just, I don't know what they are thinking. For me, probably that they believe that probably their 5th position is good enough. But I just believe that they will I just want to make a switch here. I will go for a Nago Head win. I will definitely go for a Nago Head win in this one.
Nago Head need it more.
Yes, believe you me. And Rise Up might work out that their position as they stand would probably be a better position for them to remain in going into the last 8. So I just go for
Right Stuff might come complacent then.
Yes.
Because they already made it.
Yes, and even if I am talking here and they do hear the Rise Up team here, it's hard for him to motivate, like C4 said earlier. It's hard to motivate a Cherry Garden. How do you motivate a Rise Up now to even win this encounter? You get this. So all what going on now is the Rise Up players who are incorporated in the game just to do well, and probably just play out of their skin just to win this match. But I don't know how motivated Rice of is to move from that 5th position.
Okay. All right, center forward. Because if Nagohead lose right here, Mechanical our foundation don't need to win, Right, center forward?
Yeah. So Nagohead don't really have things in their own hands. They have to try to win and then hope that the results fall in their favor. But against a Right Stuff team that is tuning up for the quarterfinal, I believe Right Stuff will play freely and the pressure will be on Nagohead. I don't think that Professor has this one right. A Right Stuff team playing freely against a tense Nagohead team. This could be a blowout.
Okay. All right, my viewers, you heard it from my analysts. You heard it yourself. All right, my viewers, please remember to click like on the video. It's not taking you anything to just click thumbs up. Click the like button. Please to click like on the videos. And if you don't subscribe as yet, you can do so. Yes, Professor.
I'm just saying a Nagohead victory here would make our Nagohead doing well on the day will make so much interested headlines on the day. It will be such a everybody want to hear what's going on in the other game. So a Nagohead even doing very, very well in this encounter would make something very interesting on the day. Even if they lost. But definitely it argues well for the sport if Nagohead do very, very well. Even leading for a good way or something like that, But it will make such good headlines during the day and probably a bigger headline at the end of the game if they win.
Center forward. Seems like you draw out somebody, Tamara Henry. Who is that? Is that Tammy? If I'm not going to say, is that Tammy center forward?
Yes.
Okay. Because you mentioned this is a blowout. Tammy said,
it could be.
Okay, Tammy, he said it could be a blowout.
That could be Tammy. Yeah.
All right, Bobby Six. You're late, Bobby Six. We're just going to close off. Big up yourself anyway, Bobby Six. All right, we have come to an end of another week. And like to say congratulations again to Stretch Assassin, team of the week for Sansan League. And also Colachin for Play of the Week. Tamara, what happened to Professor? Professor did his part already, man. He spoke on the match already. Like I said.
Professor carrying Nagohead to
Professor is carrying Nagohead. Yes, Professor is carrying Nagohead. Professor is on your team.
By a blowout.
All right. The final words. C4. Any new business?
Well, the Western League kicks off on Sunday. The fixtures are out, and so everyone should see the fixtures. Now there is 4 new teams in the Division 1, right? But in the big division, we have Uptown and Lookout coming up from the Division 1. They'll be participating alongside Unity, also Archive, D-Side, Clarkston Shellers, Strike Force, and Tornado. Yeah, so the Western League kicks off with Division 1 and the remaining of the Premier League fixtures the following week, as the first matches will be at Pecos Place this Sunday, where defending champion Strike Force plays Tornado, and the Uptown team goes up against Archive.
But is it this a exhibition match this Sunday?
No. The league commences. The league commences. These first two matches will be played next week. The remaining will play.
Okay. All right, Professor. And a new business. All right. I guess not. All right, my viewers. Thanks again for viewing, and please remember to click like. And see you guys next week. Bye.